Hey everybody, Rick here with R&B's Next Adventure. And Bridget and I just finished our second year of gate guarding a few months ago. And it was kind of a little different than our first year. So we kind of want to give y'all a heads up on what this gate was about and see if it's something y'all might want to do if you have the opportunity to. Now, the first part of this video, I'm just going to tell you about the gate itself. And then I'll give you some pictures of what the setup looks like. And just some things you might see along the time, maybe some wildlife, maybe some of the equipment and things coming in. And then the third part is going to be the difference between the gate we just got done with and the one we did on our first year. So let's start with this. We got a phone call from Jess at J&G and said, hey, we are getting into pipelines. Would you guys be interested in a pipeline gate? All right, first off, what's it all about? It's a 12-hour gate. You're there from 6:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. You work 6 days a week and have Sundays off. So right there, Bridge and I are like winner, chicken dinner. We're going to go for this one. Now, it does include some occasional Sundays. You did have to work some Sundays. I think we worked 4. We were there 4.5 months, and we worked 4 Sundays. So it wasn't that bad, but you have to kind of plan for that. You need to make changes in your schedule if you have to work that Sunday. Now, I will say this. You are on a pipeline. There are different restrictions that were needed there. Number one, you had certain PPE that was issued to you and you had to wear on a daily basis. It was a hard hat. They also issued some high-vis yellow shirts with the J&G logo on them, 2 short sleeve, 2 long sleeve. We had a new J&G vest. You had to wear pants, no shorts. You had to wear work boots and safety glasses. Flip-flops are out of the question. Tank tops are frowned upon. So basically, you really had to dress like you are in the oil field, which basically you are. So the good thing about this job, though, is there were no logins required. All we had to do, like the first week we were there, we just verified people coming in. You wanted to know who the company men were, who the project manager was, who the superintendent was. You learned those people. And basically everybody came in, they either had a logo on their truck or they either had a hard hat with the logo of the pipeline on there. So that way you knew to identify people. So after that, it was just waving, saying hi. Some people would talk. You open the gate and close the gate behind them. They did supply you with a 10 by 10 canopy because, after all, we were in Texas, and y'all know how hot it is in Texas. So the shade did work quite well. But because of the shade, you wanted to make sure you had some real comfortable chairs because some people got out there. They might have streamed movies all day. They might have been on the internet all day when they weren't doing their duties of opening the gates and things like this. So it was not a bad gig altogether. The 12-hour was great. Being off 1 day a week was great. Can't say enough about it. We really enjoyed ourselves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let y'all know what some of the particulars look like. I'm going to show you some pictures of what the typical gate looked like, what my gate looked like. I had to have lights in the morning because getting there at 6:30 in the morning, it didn't get daylight till 7:45, 8 o'clock. So lights and a generator were something. So without further ado, here are some pictures of what you will find on a pipeline gate and pictures of, like I said, wildlife and some equipment and some of the things you might see. Then when I come back, I'm going to tell you the differences of the 2 different kinds of gates, what we liked and disliked about it. So if y'all ever have that chance in the future, you'll have some information that might help you in deciding if you want to do that. All right, so here's some pictures. Enjoy them. This is what the typical gate looked like. This was mine around 6:30 in the morning. As the sun came up, I would walk around and inspect things. As the day progressed on, there would be more and more activity on the pipeline from welders, inspectors, and excavators that would bury the pipe as it was put together. During the day, you would be visited by a multitude of animals such as roadrunners. You'd get an occasional flock of turkeys, lots and lots of ground squirrels, and I cannot count how many rabbits came looking for a free handout. There were also lots of deer to watch. Hey everybody, welcome back and hope you enjoyed those pictures. Now I'm going to tell you what the differences are between a 12-hour gate and a 24-hour gate. Now we'll say this, 12-hour gates, once you are there, you can't leave. You can't go to the store for soda. You can't go to Dairy Queen and get a burger. So because of that, you need to make sure you pack a cooler with all the drinks you need, electrolytes, water, and anything else that you might like. You need to make sure you've got plenty of food, plenty of snacks, plenty of things to keep you hydrated. I did a lot of fruits like watermelon and things along those lines there. Something that everybody should consider. Here's also the thing. You do not live on site. You had to stay at an RV park. So you had the added cost of an RV park plus Think about this. You might have to drive 10, 15, 20 minutes to get to your site and then another 10, 15, 20 minutes to get back home. You need to think about all the added fuel you're going to burn, the mileage you're going to put on your vehicles, and how many oil changes, tires, could it affect my cost down the road, being that I'm a full-time RVer. Some things just to consider about this. Now, what Bridget and I did, they said if we had a second vehicle, we could do 2 gates, which means Bridge got a paycheck and I got a paycheck. So it doubled our income. So that helped with to offset the RV park, helped to offset with the fuel and everything. When we sold the car, we got about the same amount of money and what we purchased it for. So it was really a good wash and it paid off for us. May not work out for y'all, but we were able to do that. We were happy we did that. You need to plan on having things to do at a 12-hour gate. You're there for 12 hours. You also need to think if you're going to sit there and stream movies or things along that line, you need to have a battery pack or a generator to keep things charged up. The 12 hours it can last forever, or if you stay busy, it can go by in a flash. Some things to consider also. Sometimes you might have 0 to 5 cars, which means you need to find something to do for 12 hours. Some days you might have over 100 vehicles coming in, which means you're going to open the gate over 100 times. Now, if you have days like that, the day flies by. I'm telling you, it just goes by in a flip. So you got to plan on your days. You never know what your days are going to be like. Since they did provide a canopy, make sure you had comfortable chairs. I had 2 chairs and a table and stuff. I had an inspector that for 2 weeks straight every morning would show up about 7:15 in the morning, 7:30. He'd bring a couple cups of coffee. We'd sit underneath that, and he'd sit and talk to me for an hour. That helped pass the first couple hours. It was great. He was a super nice guy. I really enjoyed the time I got to spend with him and got to know him. Research where you're going, y'all. We knew we were going to South Texas. We knew darn good and well that area down there is known for rattlesnakes. So we made sure we had snake guards. We had a shovel to deter them or kill them if necessary. Now, a caveat here, I'm going to tell you now, Bridget and I'm not really into killing things unless I am threatened or I'm going to eat it. So I always tried to shoo anything away that came near me before I had to kill it. But the shovel was there just in case. Snake guards were a good effect because sometimes you might jump out of your car or jump off your tailgate and one had crawled underneath your vehicle and was laying right there. That happened once that I know of. So something else a lot of people don't know is that the wasp sprays that shoots 20 feet long, if you shoot that at the rattlesnake, it messes with their sensory perception and they will go the opposite direction. You can deter them from coming near you without killing them. Just another idea. Plus, we also had snake pellets that Bridget put around hers because she had the winter chicken dinner and she had probably 20 rattlesnakes that she saw in her 4.5 months. I saw 3 or 4. The rest were rat snakes or some other type of snake like that was prominent in that area. We did see a lot of wildlife, a lot of rabbits, a lot of ground squirrels, deer, bobcats, coyotes. So yeah, it was fun. It was fun to watch the animals come through. They got so used to you that they didn't even pay attention to you. So it was kind of cool to watch. So, like I said, not only being prepared with where you're at that aspect, you need to think about your stores. Where's your grocery store? Where's your laundromat? Where's the post office? Pharmacy. We're all getting older. My God, we need our medicine. So you need to know where you're going and how far away it is. How long do you need to allot to be able to go somewhere to run your errands? To keep that in mind. Sunday's your only day off. If you do work Sunday, that means it's 2 weeks before you can get to a laundromat, or you just go after work and you don't get home till midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and just have to suffer through that next day. So keep that in mind. Now, what I am going to say is that is a difference. We did feel like the biggest difference is we felt like we had more time with a 24-hour gate because I was able to leave and do stuff. Bridge was able to leave and do stuff. With this, we did not. By the time we get home, we started pre-cooking our meals on Sundays to help. We would have our dinners ready in the refrigerator. We'd put them on we would reheat them up in the microwave while we were in the shower. So when we got out, we were eating. We were able to go to bed at 8, get up at 4:30 every morning, gave us 8.5 hours sleep. We were very content with that. Plus our RV park was the only one that had a laundromat at it. So it helped us in doing our laundry too. It was easier for us. All the other RV parks and other people that were staying in people's front yards in their trailers and stuff like this, they did not have access to laundry, so they had to drive 45 minutes. So just kind of keep in mind, you need to research, you need to kind of take a look and look at the added expenses that goes with the pipeline versus living off-site versus living on-site. So with that being said, hopefully you've got the information that you need in case this opportunity does come up. Gives you a choice of saying yes or no. I've learned too much, or it gives me the information to say, yeah, I'm up for doing this, because I will tell you this, if we have the opportunity again, we will do it. We met some fantastic people, from Rob and Lisa, Jeffrey and Jerry, Marshall and Aaron, and of course Dan and Laura. Some of the people we got really close with, we drank wine with, we had a couple beers with. There were people that we talked with on our time off. We just had a good time out there. The camaraderie out there was great. We would certainly do it again, and we thank J&G for allowing us to do it this time. So without further ado, I'm going to bid y'all a fond farewell until the next one. Year 3 comes up, starting hopefully after January 1st. So hopefully we'll either have something to add to where we're at, or it'll be a whole different gate altogether and give y'all something else to think about. So be safe out there. Be safe on the road. Happy gate guarding to everybody. And if you're new to this, welcome to the Gate Guard family. And we hope to run into any one of y'all on the road. If y'all ever see us, please stop and say hi. We'd love to talk to you. Until next time, guys, y'all be safe again, and bye for now.